Because as we know in our 3D world, action's required, right? Like things don't happen without the action behind it. So how do I know when to take action? How do I know when to really go for it? And how do I know when to fall back, surrender, and let God and the universe do its thing? Okay. You want to follow the energy. Follow the energy. The energy flow, I want you to think about it like a current, a river. Energy is flowing you to the path of least resistance, always. Okay. Now we can help it out by working out our resistances. Okay. We can help it out by doing our healing work because what happens a lot of times you try to control how something comes to manifest. And so then, therefore, you're resistant to the best and easiest way for it to manifest. So the more that we do that healing work, it's like clearing boulders out of the river. There's a current that is trying to carry you to exactly where you want to be in the fastest and easy way possible. Always, always. We just might be fighting it. We might be resisting it. We might have a whole lot of blocks in the river current. When you do the healing work, you're clearing those blocks out, and that's allowing you to flow in a much better way. I have a perfect example for you. This house that we live in today. Many of you heard the story. I received a vision of the floor plan. I sketched it. Within a week, we were walking it. That was manifestation at its finest. Okay. But what you might not know is that before that happened, we were looking for a house forever and nothing was working. It was block after block after block after block. And we were sitting here like, what is happening? So, me being who I am, I said to Robert, my husband, okay, we got a journal. And as you can imagine, most men, when you say we got a journal, they're like, but he is who he is. So we sat down to do it. And what we found was that there were resistances in both of our energies. For him, he was very resistant to renting a house. For me, I was very resistant to buying a house. And then on top of that, I was very resistant to living in suburbia, which is where we live. So this house was here, and I had received that floor plan, but I was blocking. Well, I received the floor plan after we did the journal work. This house was here. It was the perfect, easiest, most beautiful path for us. And there were resistances that the universe was trying to work around because I didn't want to buy, he didn't want to rent, and I didn't want to live in suburbia. Well, we rent in suburbia. This is our house. So it was blocked, 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 blocked because of our energy that we were holding, insisting on how it needed to be. Do we feel it? So the flow was there, but we were resisting it. So when we start to let go of the how, of the blocks, of the resistances, of the like, no, it has to be like this, when you start to do that healing work to let go of that, you allow that flow to happen. When the flow starts happening, this is your go mode, okay? Because you'll feel it. Anytime that you feel you are pushing, like you're trying to force it into place, that is a sure sign that you are not operating in the right energy. Okay. Whenever it's time to like really put in that work, you're gonna feel pulled. You're gonna feel drawn to it. You're gonna feel like, yes, I want to do that. It's not gonna feel sufferable. It's not gonna feel like you're trying to force yourself to do it. It's not gonna feel like you have to make it happen. It's gonna feel like this beautiful co-creation energy with source. It's gonna feel like I'm doing my part, God's doing his part. I'm doing me, the universe is arranging things in my favor. It's going to feel like that. And there are certain things that only you can do. You know what I mean? If you're running a business or you're starting a business, God can't make your website for you. You know what I mean? That's your part. You got to make that website. God can't write the content and hit post for you. You got to write the content and hit post. God can give you the message. God can stream through you with that channeled energy. God can bring the people to put it in front of your post. But if you don't create the post and hit publish, then there's nothing for to be placed in front of the people. Do we see? So you have your part and the universe has its part. But when you feel like you're pushing yourself to do it, two things are happening here. One, it's either not the right way, like you're trying to force something to be a certain way that isn't the way, or it is the right action, but you're in the wrong energy, to excuse my voice. Meaning, if I'm still in that scarcity energy, where I'm saying, I have to do this because if I don't do this, I'm afraid this, and this is going to happen. Or I'm trying to do this because I don't feel like I'm enough. So I'm trying to do more so that I'm enough. That's lack energy. And that's going to feel really, really difficult to do anything in. Does this make sense for everyone who's watching? So, whenever you're operating in the lack frequency, things are going to feel really, really difficult. You got to switch the energy. You got to get super clear on what's the story I'm making up about this. You got to bring love to that part of you that's believing in that. And then you got to shift the energy into appreciation and what can I create? What can I give in this energy towards what it is that I want to be experiencing? Because you've got your part and the universe has its part, but if you're doing your part thinking that it's not enough, you're not going to work out anyway, and you're going to have to push harder than everybody else, that's not co creation energy. Do you feel me? That's not supported by the universe. What's supported is you being like, check, check, check. I got me. I've got what I'm supposed to do. I'm following the vision. And then I can just hand it over to this universal energy that will take care of the rest of everything I cannot control.